Let's talk a little bit about our New Year's resolutions. And one might not be putting a better car care owner on your list. Well, Shahay of Mazvo Auto Car Care Center is sitting crooked and talking straight about why you need to make sure you're doing that in the new year. Shahay, listen, I wrote down on my list. I did. Once I saw your topic, I was like, okay, I want to be a better car owner in the new year. But there's some things I need to know. And you're here again. You're sitting crooked, but talking straight to us about it. So the first one is being an IRS agent. What is that one all about?
Yes, that's really simple. So basically, being an IRS agent is making sure you keep all your receipts so you can audit yourself every year, get into a habit of auditing at the end of the year to see what this car that you own is costing you. This particular customer, this is a 3-year span, has spent $2,836, and so divide that by 36, it's costing this customer $78 an average to keep this car. So when you know you're under $150 a month, you're way ahead of the game. Most people get big hits of $1,000 repair, $800 repair. They go, oh my God, this car, it's just a pain. But in reality, if you save all your receipts and you audit every 3 years, you'll see, wow, $78 for a 4-door vehicle that's running, that's hard to beat.
All right, and did my lawyers turn over those paperwork to you? Is that what went on right now? Did they?
Well, I wrote top secret.
I just was like, how did he get those? Those were left in the bathroom. All right, let's talk about taking.
That's right.
Let's talk about taking short trips, of course, in your glove box. What's that all about?
Yes. Oh, well, the glove box, as you know, it's there for you to throw all your receipts and chapstick and so on. But the secret is there is a little book called the Owner's Manual. And this is literally the Bible to the vehicle. And most people freak out and they go, I don't know what's going on. I better call my mechanic. Well, be your own first line of defense, as I always say. You don't have to read the whole book thoroughly from beginning to end. What you need to do is just go to the very back of the book and you'll see there's an index. And the index is alphabetized. So if you want stereo, it'll tell you which page it's in. Seatbelt, a car, the oil, transmission, anything you want to know, just go right to that page. It might not repair your car, but it will give you a guidance to calm you down to say, oh, okay, I understand. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I like that. And, you know, I think every parent should get that book out and make their child study that book, even if it's not their car, if it's the family car. I mean, because if I had a dime for every time my child would ask me, hey, Dad, how do you, adjust the radio? Go look in the book. It tells you right there. Like, it's so crazy. Hey, before we get to the next one, I heard someone using, like, the, I guess, the universal tool. Was that a hammer and duct tape I heard back there pounding? Is that what?
Yes. No duct tape, but it was a hammer. You're absolutely right. We ran out of duct tape. I'm sorry.
Well, that brings us to Breaking Bad. That's something that people need to make sure. What are we talking about there?
Yeah. Breaking Bad is actually breaking bad habits, and we all have them. One of them is when you're driving, and these usually are habits based on impatience. We're all in a hurry. We got to go. The number one habit I see a lot of people do is when they're coming to creeping, they don't fully stop and they immediately put the shifter into park from drive, and the car hasn't fully stopped at all. That's not good. There's that lag of 1 inch to a half an inch where the car just sways back and forth like that bounce, and that's not good. When you're pulling forward, make sure you fully stopped, then put it in the park. Because if you do that repeatedly, it's going to eventually end up ruining your transmission.
Got it.
So
okay.
that's not good to do.
No.
Yeah.
Driving on empty.
Yeah, driving on empty is not good either. Again, the gas tank obviously is located in the back of the vehicle. The gas pump, the fuel pump, sits inside the gas tank, and the fuel surrounds it to keep it cool. Well, when it's empty, that fuel pump is being exposed and it overheats. The fuel is actually designed to keep the pump cool. So if you're running it on empty, you're overheating that pump prematurely, you're replacing fuel pumps. That's not good either. So make sure when you get to half, fill it up. Don't wait till the very end.
Got it. Okay, this is very important here, and that is don't be a Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty is very, very. I can't tell you how many folks that come in and they end up needing shocks or they're hearing clunking noises. And the first question I ask is, do you live in a neighborhood with gated community or in an area that has speed bumps? They go, yeah, why? How did you know that? Well, I know every day it gets to be a hassle to go over 5, 6 speed bumps to get out of the community, but you're impatient, driving over that, it's not good. Imagine someone hitting the bottom of your foot nonstop. Eventually something's going to go bad. So try and slow down. That speed bump is there for a reason, to not only for slow you down, but to actually save your suspension components, because you'll go through shocks very quickly if you just speed through speed bumps. Don't do that.
Thank you. Will you tell that to Maddie that's standing right there? Just say really quick, Maddie, stop.
Maddie, don't do that anymore. Please, Maddie, don't do that.
Thank you.
I saw you. Don't do that. Yeah.
Thank you. She tries to get air in the car. She hits them to get air. It's crazy. So, Shahay, I know you're coming back later on the show, but tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, sir. We're at 4610 North 7th Street, just south of Highland on the west side of the road.
There you go. We'll come back and talk about the book that's coming out. But there you go. We just sat crooked and talked straight about car ownership with the man, the myth, the legend, Shahay.